Yeah. I know, Carl. Thank you so much. Greg Barth is a great guy, and you're talking about his rig packs, and he sells rigs and IRs and all kind of good stuff on Sonic DNA. I think it's SDNA. I don't know the exact website, so forgive me for that. But Sonic DNA, Greg Barth. So okay. Carl, yeah, we know, I appreciate you sharing your story in our Headrush group, Carl. I know you're going through some tough times. Thank you for being here with us. I hope that we can have some fun together. And also thank you guys. A lot of you guys have commented on my videos and really encouraged me. Thank you for that link too. We have another couple people here. We have, it sucks getting old, Earline King and Carl. There's a few on there. That's great. And we're doing good. This is fun. Okay. I think we'll wait like 2 more minutes and then we'll get started. Just want to make sure nobody else wants to sign on. I don't want them to miss out on anything. Let me just check something here. All right, good. We're getting ready. For anybody who likes to buy rigs, like pre-made rigs, IR packs, amp clones, Greg Barth at Sonic DNA does some great stuff. And he's really fair with his pricing. He doesn't, charge $15 for a rig, and he often has deals and sales. So he's a good dude. And he's one of the admins on the Ultimate Headrush FX group on Facebook. That's my favorite group on there. Sorry, dude. I feel like I'm putting a bra on this dumb thing. Sorry. Glad I don't have to wear a bra. Woo, that was fun. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I just want to go over a couple things about how to record using your Headrush unit. I am using the Headrush Core. I know the Prime and the Core have a lot. Yeah, I agree, Carl. The Prime and the Core have a lot of the same outputs. I think the Prime might have a little bit more. Now, the Flex Prime has a few less outputs, so you're going to have to adjust this information for your unit, okay? So I use the Headrush Core, and I love it because in my mind it's the perfect combination of size and functionality, and I use this separate foot switch. It's really great. If you want it, I'll send a link later. It's the Ampero 2 Press by Hot Tone. Really great. It has a foot switch in the front, so you can switch between A and B switch states on your, if you have like a volume or and then a wah pedal separately. I use it all the time. Love it. And okay, so I love the Core. That's what we're going to use. Let's talk about things to set up on your Headrush unit first before you actually get started recording. So let's go over to that screen and let's see. All right. Now, if something happens, the audio goes out, or if I mess up or the screen goes wacky, somebody please scream in the text chat box, okay? Say like, help, or something, because I'm going to try to stay on track, and I don't, I lose track if I talk about too many things. So let's go over to the Headrush unit, okay? I'm going to click on the top left corner here, and I'm going to go down to the global settings, and I'm going to go down to USB audio right here. You see that? And there are different settings here. You can turn it off or on. Generally, you turn off audio, USB audio, when you want to do USB transfer, when you're doing a backup or when you're uploading a rig from a computer. That's what you generally use. You would turn that off, and then you can do USB transfer. But for what we're doing, we want to leave USB audio on. And your sample rate, I suggest, well, you definitely want it to match the recording system you're using, right? So for me, I use GarageBand because it's simple, and I don't do like 7, 8 tracks. I do 1 or 2, maybe 3 tracks. So I set it to 48 kilohertz, and that's what my GarageBand is set at, okay? There's USB mode. There's 3 different modes. I use live, and I'll tell you why. There's DAW, and then there's reamp. I use live even when I'm recording because what it allows me to do, if I choose to, is it sends all the signals out to GarageBand, but it also can send out a monitor signal out of another output if I change it. If I want maybe guitar out of 1/4 inch left, I can send monitor out of 1/4 inch right or whatever. There's lots of ways to set it up, okay? The DAW is specifically if you want to use this just to record and you don't want monitoring. And reamp is whenever you actually might record a dry signal into, let's say GarageBand, just a guitar, no effects. And then you can hook this up and you can resend that signal from your digital audio workstation, your DAW, back through the Headrush with effects applied, and then back into your recording system. And some people like to do that because there's a way to record an affected signal and then a dry signal, which means no effects. So if you like that, what you can do is, say you messed up on a part or you didn't like the depth of your overdrive or your delay was too strong or whatever, you can go back and reamp it, which means, in a sense, re-record it without having to play it again. You're simply playing back the dry mix from your DAW through the Headrush and back into the DAW, so it records the effects on top of that guitar. Really cool idea. I don't do that because I do most of this for fun. I'm not that professional. Okay? Now, and then USB in level, that's generally for something else. We're not doing that right now. And I just want to give a quick disclaimer, okay? Even though I make a lot of videos about the Headrush units, I am not an expert. I am learning, and a lot of you guys that are in this group. Another guy, Mr. Edison, yeah, Prof. Edison, thank you. Another guy from Brazil, that's really cool, 2 guys. I still am learning. I'm learning a lot. So this is like an open thing as much as possible. If you have thoughts, feedback, questions, ideas, suggestions, corrections, put them in that chat section, and I'll do my best to read that as we're going. Okay? So that's generally what you want to set up on your USB audio. But now what you want to do is you want to go to up here to audio settings. All right? There's a lot here. Okay? A lot of different things you can do. Now, I currently have my guitar set to go out 3 different options. I have it going out XLR, 1/4 inch, and phones. I'm sorry if you can't read that. My camera, I tried to make it focus, but it's not that great. So the first column is XLR, second column is 1/4 inch, third column is phones. Okay? So, what you might want to do, this is up to you, you might want to send the guitar only out the 1/4 inch and not XLR, so you would shut that off, okay? Now, I'll show you why that's important in a minute. You might want to send a second guitar out of a different output, and then vocals, you might change that too. Right now, I just have everything set to go out, all the outputs, but I'm going to change that for a reason here, okay? The mic dry is really cool. I just found out what that actually means. What it is, it's a setup where if you have a rig that doesn't have vocals and doesn't have room for vocals in it, say you used all 14 blocks, you can still click on that little button at the top right of your rig that says mic dry and turn it on. And that allows you to actually add a mic input to that rig, and it has limited adjustments. You can't do all the special effects, but you can do like compression and a couple other really good settings that might help you if you need that mic for talking to your bandmates, talking to the crowd, or even background vocals where you don't have to be the main voice. So that's a cool thing to keep in mind. I don't sing, as I've told you before, so I don't generally need it, okay? And then, right, you know, I have drum machine practice where everything's going out, all the outputs. But what we're going to do right now is on the guitar output, the main one up here, I'm going to only send it out 1/4 inch. I'll leave it on phones because that doesn't impact us. And then I'm going to take the vocals and only do them out of XLR. I'll leave phones on because that's for if I want to use headphones. Okay? So let's now go back to our rig. I've changed, well, let me go back. I want to check something. I don't want to mess up here. Audio, oops, there we go. Yeah, I have a guitar going out 1/4 inch. Okay, good. All right. Now it's time to go into our DAW, our digital audio workstation. In my case, it will be GarageBand on a Mac. One of the first things you want to do is to go in your computer system and make sure that the Headrush Core is connected by USB from the back of the Headrush into a regular USB-A input. So on the Headrush, you want that like old-fashioned printer USB cable. It's kind of a square with clipped corners on it. You need that one going out through the USB-A on your computer. I don't know for sure if you can go out USB-C. You can always test it, but I have always used the bigger printer type output, okay? So make sure that your computer registers the Headrush unit, excuse me, as an audio input, okay? And if you want to, which I do when I'm not making a video like this, I actually set my Headrush Core as an input, audio input, and audio output, because I generally just sit here with headphones on, play into my Headrush Core into the computer, and then the audio comes back through the Headrush, so I don't have to take my headphones off to hear playback from a different set of headphones or from my speaker. So that's what I generally do. Right now, I'm doing it differently, but for what you may do on your own, that will work, okay? Are there any questions so far? Because I don't want to pass anybody up if I may have spoken too quickly or confused you along the way. Any questions? You guys are smart. All right, good. All right, we'll move on to the next step. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change over to the GarageBand scene. And I'm going to show you how I have this set up. All right. What is that? Oh boy. Okay. That's crazy. You have to give me a second, guys. My computer is acting weird. Let's see. Shoot. I don't know how to get out of this window. Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, we don't want to do that. That was bad. We don't want to do that. Let's do this. We'll do open recent. I'm going to open up a multi-track file that I created. Let's see if this works. I'm going to see how it looks for you guys. Okay, you can see it. That's pretty much all you need to see over here. Sorry, every time I... Yes, Carl, you're correct. On a PC, you'll need drivers. For a Mac, you don't, because it's what they call class compliant, which Sorry, that's about my pay grade. Yes, good point, Carl. So for the Mac, I just connect it and it works fine. Okay. So let's go back over to GarageBand, and I'll show you what I do for setting it up. I have to go up into my settings here, and on GarageBand, hopefully you can see that, I have the input device set to Headrush Core, and then I have the output right now is set to external headphones, because I am not monitoring from my Headrush. I'm monitoring from my computer just for this video, okay? So you want to make sure that your input device is set to Headrush Core, and then generally I would put this to Headrush Core, right, or whatever unit you have. But right now I'll put it to headphones, okay? Now, why is it not letting me do stuff? It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Because I'm capturing that window, my computer is acting weird. I can't change things. Anyway, let's go back here and make sure we're not missing anything. Okay, good. Thank you. All right, let's go back to that. All right, now, what I've done is I've labeled 6 different tracks. And I'll explain how this works. When you are using your Headrush unit and you are going out of the back of it, if you had everything turned on like I did, where the guitar went out 1/4 inch, XLR, and phones, you'd fill a lot of these tracks with the Headrush output. But what I've done, I changed some settings down below here. If you check this out, see the bottom left here? Make sure you're seeing that. Okay, yeah, it's right over there. Okay. Right over here, raise this up a little bit. I have set the recording settings for GarageBand. I've changed it to mono. If you see this right here, see that bottom left? That's a circle. If I click it again, it's going to be stereo, and then it gives me 2 at a time. But I don't want that. I'm going to mono. And so what I did is I went through here and I selected a different input for each of these 6 tracks. And I labeled them the way Headrush says they are sent from the unit. So the first track, if you send it out from the Headrush, will be the left channel of the XLR. The second track, track coming out of the unit will be the right side of your XLR. The third track out of the Headrush will be the left 1/4 inch main. The fourth one will be the right 1/4 inch main. In this case, I labeled it vocals. I probably did that incorrectly, but we'll change that. And then on the 5th channel down here, this will be the mono dry 1/4 inch guitar. This is where you could record guitar and have a dry signal, even though you recorded a wet signal above. And I'll show you how to do that when we get to recording. And then this last channel, which I have to change it to channel 6 here down below, okay? So look here real quick. When I click on this, I have 6 different options. Headrush sends 6 different signal paths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I labeled them. I made 6 tracks here, and I labeled them what they are coming out of the core, okay? This won't change, but what comes through can change depending on how you've routed it on your unit. If you remember earlier, I changed the guitar to go out of the 1/4 inch main, okay? So it could come out left and right if I enable both of those tracks, okay? So back to this. I'm on track 6 here, and I'm clicking on this little selector, and I chose Headrush Core 6. That's what will come out of here, okay? All right, are there any questions? Is this making sense to you guys so far? I'd love to hear a confirmative, like yes or no, or I'm confused, because I don't want to rush ahead if you guys have questions. Okay, I'm going to assume you're okay. Thank you guys. Appreciate you hanging in there. Let's go back to the GarageBand. All right. Now I'm going to show you what happens. In GarageBand, for those that are using this, you have to do something to enable multi-track recording, okay? If you look at this right now, I can right-click on here, and this option here, configure track header, you have to enable that, okay? And then what happens, it'll open up this menu, and you want to select this button here. Now, if I deselected it, now I can only record one track at a time. If I select it, it lets me record as many as I have here, okay? Now, watch this. When I go through these, you'll see when I click on it, it shows this button as red, but if I click it again, it turns white, okay? Now it's enabled when it's red. It's enabled because it's red. Okay, this is enabled. This is I think this is enabled. Let's see. Turn that on. All right, and then we'll turn this one on. That's on. I'm arming. That's called arming the channel for recording. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it really simple. I'm going to record something, and we're going to watch on the screen what comes through and what doesn't come through. All right, let me just check one more time, make sure you guys are okay. Okay, Carl, thank you. Okay, let's go. Thank you, guys. I wish I could stay on that other screen, but I have to keep coming back to this one to check on the stream to make sure that we're getting what we need. Maybe I can move this around. Let me see. Can I do that? Oh, I don't want to do that. Let's see if that works. Nope, doesn't show up. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's just try this, and we'll learn as we go, because I pretty much know what's going to happen, but I want to make sure I'm not confusing you or myself. All right. I'm going to play my guitar, and we're going to see what shows up on the screen. I'm going to click up here on recording, and let's go. All right, so I already did something wrong, so let's stop that. I was incorrect. These were not armed. I have to arm these now. Let's see. Let's see if that's armed. Okay, good. I didn't arm that one, so I got to arm all these. I was incorrect earlier. They are armed when they're blinking red, meaning they are turned on. There we go. I think they're all blinking. Man, my eyes cannot see. All right, let's try this again. There is a keyboard shortcut. I can press R to record. Okay, so look at that. Notice where I'm getting a signal when I play my guitar. Only on 3 of the tracks. That's because earlier I changed guitar to only come out main, quarter-inch main. So that's my left channel, my right channel, and then here's the dry channel that I keep talking about. I'm going to have to mess with this because I've never done it before, but I'm going to record the 2 affected channels, which is left quarter main, right quarter main, and then the mono dry quarter-inch out. Okay, so let's just play a little something and record it. All right, pretty simple. Notice the top 2 tracks did not get anything recorded because those are, can you guess? They're going to be the vocals, okay? Because I changed it so that vocals go out XLR. So just for my sake, I'm going to go down here and change the name of this track. I had added Vox on the end, but that's incorrect. Okay? So let's listen to this. Before I play this, I'm going to play it, and you guys are going to tell me if you can hear it, okay? Because I tried to test this with my son earlier, and he said it was okay, but it was a little low. So tell me how it comes through, okay? Okay, how was that? How was that GarageBand playback for you guys? Could you hear it? Was it loud enough? Does it need to be louder? Oh my gosh, where'd the chat go? This computer's driving me nuts. Hey guys, anybody? Loud and clear. Thanks, Caroline. Okay for you. Good. Thank you guys. I need that feedback because I hear it. Perfect. I'm going to take that as a consensus. Thank you guys. Okay, let's go back to GarageBand. Now, let's check something out. Watch this. Your DAW might be a little different. A lot of them are very similar. They just changed a few little details. Let me close this. I don't need. We better keep that open. I'm used to it. Let's do this. So you notice this track here is left. I'm going to solo that. Okay. When I play it back, it should only come to my left ear. Okay, I can't tell. I can't tell if it's coming left. Sorry. Let's take that off solo. Let's try something. Let's turn that one down and see what the difference is. That might be more obvious. Okay. I think what's happening, I just figured it out. Because I'm recording in mono, I can't switch left and right. So basically, when you record in this mode, right, and even if you have left and right, you're not going to get a stereo signal. And I think the reason is coming out of the back of my Headrush, I'm only coming out the left quarter inch. I didn't plug in the bottom to the right. So it's simply sending a signal USB over both of those, but it's a mono signal. And I'll show you when we're done with this part how to record guitar in stereo. It's actually a lot simpler than this, but I wanted to show you this for more complex recordings. Okay. Now let's try one more thing with this little recording. Look at this mono dry. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start the playback, and then partway through I'm going to solo that mono track. Look how low, how small the signal is. I'm going to turn it up so you can hear it. That's going to be an unaffected, as they say, dry signal. So let's play this back, and I'll click on solo on that partway through. All right, here's solo. See the difference? Okay, and that's what you might use. That's what you might use if you want to remix the signal or reamp. And you'll need to read up a little bit on that in the Headrush user manual. I've been reading on it, and I'm starting to understand it, but it's still right here. It's not really moving into the rest of my mind and my body. It's a little, it's foreign to me. I'm not used to that, okay? Now, I want to show you something else, but before I do that, any questions? Just tell me, are there any questions? I don't want to ask another question. I'll wait till you respond. Any questions? Any confusion so far? Okay. You guys are pretty smart. Good to hear. Thank you. Glad it's going well. Now let's try something. We're going to do vocals real quick. And once again, you guys know, I've said it many times in my videos, I don't sing, but because I love you, I'm going to try it. Help us, Lord. Let's go to one of my other rigs. We'll go to the, where did I have it? I got to find it. I I just forget where I have it. I think it's up top. Yeah. Okay. There we are. Let's do that one. All right. Let me get back to this. Okay, guys. Can you apply a plugin to the dry track? I believe you can. We could try that. Let's see. You mean like some kind of plug-in on from the left over here? Let's try that, Carl. Good point. Hold on. Oops, that vocal's going to be loud. This is the dry. I have to admit, Carl, I don't exactly know how to do that. Let me see if I can. Let me try that. I don't know. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. Oh, I erased it. I erased it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to record and see what happens. Let's see what happens. Let's just solo this track here and see if it has a little distortion to it. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, that's horrendous. Yes, Carl, you can apply. Oh, yeah, I would assume you could too. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with those systems, Carl. Thank you for the question. But if I can do it from GarageBand, I'm pretty sure if you can plug it into GarageBand or Logic, is it Logic? Logic Pro, you could apply it. So there you go. You can record a dry signal. And even as you're going, you could add that plug-in during recording or after recording. So, okay, good question. Very good question. I want to do one more thing here with this particular setup. I want to get rid of that. How do I do that? I don't know how. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Let's do revert. Nope. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, okay. I think I erased it. Let's see. Yep. Okay. I went back to what it was. So what I want to do now, I want to show you how to record vocals at the same time. And you can actually do it at the same time or go back and record over what you're doing. Okay. So let's see. I might need to turn that up a little bit. Let's see. I can turn. Carl, you should be teaching this because I'm not very experienced with some of that stuff. So thank you for all your help. I do appreciate it. Let's go on the back of the Headrush. Why am I talking to that? On the back of the Headrush unit, you can turn your mic volume up if you want to. I'm going to turn up a little bit. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Check, 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 check. Checking this out here. Let's see. Okay, good. I'm going to shut off this mic, which is my my main mic for picking up, and I'm going to turn on just the GarageBand mic and see how that works. Check. Okay. All right. Hopefully you're hearing me. Let's go back to GarageBand. Let me check with you first. Are you guys hearing this mic, the one I'm holding in my hand up to my mouth? Do you hear this mic? It shows that it's coming through. Want to make sure it's loud enough, clear enough. Are we good? Anybody? Bueller? Thank you. This is crazy, man. I wish we could be on a video call because I hate being the only one talking. Thank you both. Appreciate that. All right, let's go back to GarageBand. All right. So what I'm going to do, you'll see now. Why is that happening? You'll see that the top two XLRs are producing a signal. I don't know why these next two are. That's guitar, maybe. Check. I don't know where that's coming from. Did I leave mics on 1/4 inch? Let me go back and check that. Hang on. I'm going back to see if I somehow left the mics coming through the 1/4 inch output. I may have done that. Audio. Let's see, mics, vocals. I have it only on XLR. Let's turn off phones just in case that's doing it. I don't know. Oops, the wrong one. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I'm hearing or seeing the GarageBand picking up a signal, but check. It still is. That's really weird. Okay, anyway, what I'm going to do, I can't hold this mic and sing. So what I'm going to play something on guitar, then go back and record vocals over it, okay? That's going to be fun. Okay. So sorry about that, guys. I had my main mic off while I was making those changes, and you weren't hearing me. I'm so sorry. Let's keep the main mic on, and I'll do this one for singing later. All right. Let's go back to GarageBand, and we're going to try this again. I'm going to erase this. All right. Let's see if the vocals. Okay. I'm going to try this, and hopefully it works. Did my best to test this all, but man, when you're under pressure, things just don't seem to go right. So let's see what we can do here. I'm going to play a little guitar, then come back and do vocals, okay? So, thank you, Prof. And I assume the guitar is still coming through. Let's check that. Let's play that back right now. Okay. As far as I can tell, that worked. Okay, now what we're going to do, once again, you could do this, record vocals at the same time, but I don't have a stand to hold this vocal mic. So I'm going to record afterward, and I'm not going to sing because I suck. Let's just do this. I'm going to get rid of these two vocal tracks here. And then I'm going to, I don't need to record on these again, so I'm going to turn those off. Turn that off. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to sing. If you want to call it that. I'm going to do something. Here we go. Sweet home Alabama, where the skies are blue, and the gold is true. Wow, what a vocalist! All right, let's put this thing away. All right, let's go back and listen to it. Yeah. Sweet home Alabama. Now the nice thing about recording is I can turn my guitar down here. Let's try that again. Wow, it's still really loud. Where the skies are. Yeah, and you may want to go in and adjust your vocals. You know, turn them up, add compression, reverb, delay, whatever. And the government is true. Wow, what a vocalist! Thank God I could play guitar. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, Carl. So what we've seen so far is that, hold on, I gotta fix something there. Let me fix my little face here so you can at least see me. There we go. All right. We found so far that we can, we'll come back to that question if you don't mind. Georgia Sky Watchers Network. That's a cool name. We'll come back to that. Just hang in there, because if I get off track, I'll get lost. Okay. I'm almost 60 in a couple weeks, and so I have to keep this brain on track. Where were we? Crap. Okay, I was going to go back in the vocal part and show you how we can do something a little bit different with this. So if we're in GarageBand again, or whatever recording system you're using, you'll notice this first configuration I did was a 6-track recording that I matched it up. I changed these names right here to match what Headrush sends out of the back of your unit. And it sends out the left XLR on the first signal, second is right XLR, left quarter, right quarter, mono, dry, quarter-inch, and then mono, dry, combo, XLR, and mic. That's if you have your mic set to go out of this specific, one of these specific outputs, okay? I did not have that armed, so it did not record my dry vocals that time. But if you want to have dry vocals, you want to make sure you arm this particular track, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to a different GarageBand setup. Going to a different GarageBand setup that I use, because this is like the full scale 6. You can use all 6 signals. I don't do that. I generally do this, and I'll show you. I'm going to get out of this file here, and I'm going to do open something else. I'm going to go to one that I made. No, I'll just do a new one. We'll just do a new one. That way it's more fun. So I created a template that I call Headrush blank template. Okay? So I'm just going to open this up, and I'm not going to say that dumb thing. Now, I'm going to make sure the screen looks good to you guys first. Hold on. It got a lot bigger here. Let me adjust that real quick for you. Hopefully I can make this screen look better for you. Let's see how that looks. Boy, oh boy. There's not a lot I can do with it. That sucks. Sorry, guys. I love my Mac computer, but this Prism recording system I'm using isn't playing nice right now. Anyway, let's talk through this, and we'll talk through how I record usually on GarageBand. I keep it really, really simple. Okay? I just record the guitar right here. Now, let me show you what I did differently this time. I did not create 6 different tracks. In fact, I don't even need this second track, but what I do is I do a recording up top, like say my rhythm part, right? And then I do another recording on track 2 later as I play back track 1, and I do my leads or fills or accents, okay? So what I did now, the difference is, if you go down to the bottom here, oh crap. If you go down to the bottom left here, and I want to make sure you see this before I move ahead. Okay, you seeing that? Yeah, okay. If you look down here, bottom left, for the input, this is where you'll have to know what your DAW, how it changes settings. Remember on the other recording template I was using, this little input was set to a single circle, which is mono, and that gives you 6 separate tracks. I changed it to the stereo right here. You'll see 2 circles interconnecting, okay? I like that because it lets me do a lot more, and I'll show you what I mean. So right now, I don't have to arm individual tracks. If I want to arm both tracks, I would have to right-click, configure track header, and then record enable. I'll just do that so you see it, okay? Now, I could record both of these tracks at the same time. I don't need to do that. I'm going to disarm that because it's going to confuse me, and I'm probably going to do something dumb, okay? So I'm going to turn that off. All right, let me just check with you guys. Everybody okay? Okay, seems like you guys are following right along. Good job. Let me show you how I record in here to make it simple. And I don't always care about all the settings up here. For anybody who uses GarageBand, you can pick the key it's in, the tempo, blah, blah, blah. If I'm just wanting to throw an idea in there so I have something to play, to listen back to, I don't worry about that, okay? What I am going to do is go to a different rig on my Headrush unit. Let's go to, let's just go to that one for now. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here. In this, when I have it this way without arming each track, it now just whatever track I highlight is the one that will record. So I'm going to just record a little ditty, and then I'll show you how you can go back and mess around with it and make some changes, but also how you can use the stereo mix that's going to come in. So this is coming in on a stereo mix on one track. You'll see it's really cool. Okay, not working. Hold on. Don't know what's wrong this time. Goodness gracious, what is going on here? Oh, I bet I have to go to 3 and 4. Yeah, because I did all that other crazy stuff. Let me see. Yeah, okay. Sorry for that confusion. Because I now have my guitar only going out 1/4 inch main from the Headrush Core into GarageBand. The 1/4 inch mains are on signal 3 and 4 out of the Headrush. Okay. Prior to doing this whole setup for this video, I never messed around with how it went out. I just had everything going, the guitar going out 1/4 inch, XLR, and headphones. But right now it's set to only the 1/4 inch, so I have to make sure this is coming in on channel 3 and 4 down here when I choose my input, okay? And I'm going to change it for this one too, so that we make sure we get the guitar signal, okay? Let's try this. A little bit of crunch, and we'll go from there. Okay. Now, let's play that back, and we'll hear how it sounds. Okay, so I personally don't like that. I'm going to go back to clean and try that again real quick. All right. Let's just hear that real quick. Much better. Okay. Here's what's nice about this. It's a stereo signal, right? So it sounds a lot more full. You can split it left and right, which is nice. What I sometimes do, I'll just show you this real quick. I'll copy this and I'll paste it down here. Oops, it didn't paste where I wanted to. I did it in the wrong place. Sorry about that. Paste it there. And I sometimes will split one of these left, one of them right, just for fun. You don't have to do this. It just kind of sounds kind of cool. So I can turn on right. See that? Turn down right. Okay. So there you go. Now if I want to do vocals, I have to add another input here. I just double click for that. I don't have a rig set up. Let me see if I can get that rig. Oh, gosh. I think that's too confusing. I'm sorry, guys. Does anybody need me to show you how to do vocals on that? It's pretty much the same thing, although you'll have to choose. Let me go back there. If you want vocals on another track, you'll have to select the correct outcoming signal, which I believe will be 5 and 6. No, I'm sorry. In this case, it'd be 1 and 2, because that's the XLR left and right. So that is what you would use if you want to do vocals on XLR. Get a track set up, arm it with, make its input the 1 and 2 out of the Headrush. We don't need that because I'm not going to do more vocals. I already punched you enough. And let's go back to here. How is everybody doing? We've been at this for about an hour. I don't need to keep you longer, but I do want to answer questions, and we will try to get the Georgia Skywatcher's question. But does anybody have questions about this GarageBand, this recording, from your Headrush unit into your DAW? Any questions on that? Because it seems like you guys are doing great. I just don't want to confuse anybody. Okay. All right. Is there anything else you guys want to cover while we're at it? If not, we can end the main stream and I can just kind of try to answer our friend's question here. But I also invite you guys, anybody that's still here, to feel free to answer the question for Georgia Skywatch. He says, howdy, I just got my Headrush Prime and I had a harmony question. Thank you, Carl. I'm glad it was helpful. I'm glad it was straightforward because I get lost. But he wants it. Georgia Sky wants to know, how do I get it to cue to my voice for harmony? Well, that question is probably easier answered by another video I made, but I'll try and show you real quick on another screen. But before I do that, anybody who's here for the recording part of this stream, if you don't have any more questions, I thank you for spending time with me tonight. And I hope this video has been helpful. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. You can do it on my email. It's mattgmania, one word, mattgmania@gmail.com. Or you can check out my YouTube channel, which is Matt Guitar Mania. That's what we're streaming through right now, Matt Guitar Mania. Send me a message on there. Go to the community page. You can actually start a conversation with me on YouTube Community. You have to go down in your YouTube and go to community and then just like start a conversation with me. I'd love to communicate with you there. Other than that, we're gonna officially end the recording live stream, but I will try to answer Mr. Georgia Sky's question on screen right now. Okay.